Hey, what's up, bro? I have to disagree with you. You got to be careful what you're spouting because, I mean, you're just regurgitating what they drilled into your head, honestly. There is plenty of work, there is plenty of research out there that counters the idea of invasive species altogether. Plenty of it. I encourage everybody to do the research if they cared. If you care, find those works because I'm not going to regurgitate anybody's bullshit. I relay what I observe in nature, and that's it. Because I can see that the language is not neutral, right? Invasive species, native, non native. These aren't our people's words, bro. You know, they're not. These aren't our ideas. The whole thing is it's separating you from nature. You are never separate from your surroundings. If you can see that modern agriculture is an invasion, you can see that we are farming what we deem unworthy, unfit to live here. Get these immigrants out of here. You know, you're respouting manifest destiny. Ooh, all these words, and not doing the work and what they mean actually, what they've been used to do. They're tools dividing you from your surroundings. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they did when they got here, right? That's how they defeated the tribes, right? They attacked the land. It's all attack on the land. So if you figure it out that you can utilize all these spirits around you, that's a problem. So they're going to make you think that you're not like them when that's literally the opposite. There is no out competing, choking each other out. Nature is the provider. And the more that they can trick you out of utilizing these energies, the more they can enslave you. Like, you're right, we are Turtle Island. We are these lands. So how are you gonna doubt Mother Nature at her work? I encourage you to look up ecological secession because you're kind of spouting eco-purism, right? You're kind of relaying eugenics in a way when you say deem these other things not worthy. The only difference between things that they deem naturalized and invasive species is something that's not apparent, like observationally apparent, or is something that's not in the way of their program, right? Because if you look up why, the reasons why these species are deemed invasive, it's always has to do with the program. It always has to do with money, agriculture, and like these white people can't like the pollen allergens and stuff like that. That's what causes people to say, hey, that's not from here, and that's a problem because it's everywhere. But it's everywhere because we're farming it. You see what I'm saying? So all you have to do is trace it back, and these ideas come about because they're in the way of the program. Oh, that's a weed because we didn't uh, sterilize the environment for that to grow here. We want corn and you know stuff to feed our livestock. All these fields and fields and fields of things. When people talk about monocultures, it's not just one thing for acres and acres and acres, like it is um, in the fields that we slave away for, and it's all an attack on the land. So you have to see past all of it. You have to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that if these plants from Eurasia, Africa, are wanting to grow here, they're trying to reconnect with their descendants, their relatives here. There's these plants are their relatives screaming, their ancestors screaming, hey, connect with this again. Learn how to utilize again. That's what's happening if you want to break it down to that spiritual level. Because if you notice, the climates that these plants live in or thriving in now mimic where they're from. A lot of African plants are growing in southwestern tribal land, and it's because the environment is suitable, right? Like, it has nothing to do with these spirits themselves. It has everything to do with our daily lives and how we are not cultivating the land. So if anything, there's signs to do so again, right? That's what I'm saying. Just going about and picking and planting things isn't the way. You're doing exactly what they did when they got here. You're going along with the program. you're slashing away everything that you can utilize. Everything has potential. Nature is infinite life, infinite potential, not these finite things that can't grow in the wild that we have to sterilize the land and ruin the soil and have dust bowls everywhere. That shit ain't working, bro. And two, why aren't we doing open trade to other countries? Because there are some things that are invasive here that are endangered where they're from, and vice versa. Why aren't we trading these things? Because there's people out there missing out on their medicine, and we're sitting here slashing it away and spraying it like it doesn't affect the whole ecosystem when you do that. There is no effective way to keep wasting billions and billions of dollars on trying to preserve, trying to make a museum out of nature instead of connecting with these spirits. And so the longer we keep seeing ourselves as other than our surroundings, the more they're going to become overly abundant. I say overly abundant now instead of invasive, because it's all potential. It's all there, ready to be utilized. All we have to do is see it and do so. All we have to do is play our role in nature again, and it'll all alleviate itself. These could be placeholders for the soil, because it's all microbes, it's all soil, it's all climate. It has nothing to do with the plants or animals themselves. Never, ever. If anything, they're refugees, right? Your ancestors did not cultivate these lands by seeing everything as other than themselves. And if you want the right things to grow, then grow them. It's all, everything is what you cultivate. There is only what you cultivate. And so we need to change our way of lives if we want the other things to come back. Simple.